Welcome everybody to the eighth episode of the Open Bar for Content Creators podcast. I'm your host Marco Flores from Nerd in the Bay. It's been a good while since we did a podcast because I've been trying. Oh, this episode that I have these guys here. I've been trying to get it going for like a few weeks now, almost about a month, but things kept on happening. I kept on being busy for whatever reason. But finally, we're here. We're recording a podcast. I'm really excited to just talk about just content creating, of course. That's the name of the show of this podcast. And but today I have two guests here. I have the HomieRJay and I have Luca Blight returning from the Suikoden podcast that we did. So Luca and RJ, how are you guys doing today?
I'm good, bro. How are you doing? Thanks for having me. Shit.
Good, man. Good. How about you, Luca? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing good. So yeah, like usual episodes that we're just gonna talk about how these guys got into like just making content, like what inspired them, and then we'll just see what goes from there from the conversation. So first of all, RJ, tell me about your channel and what made you want to start creating content right in the beginning.
Well, I've always done music. I've been like making my music. I don't make beats, but I rap, I edit, I do everything else but that part, making the beat part, since I was like 13, 14. Ever since then, I've just been teaching myself how to do that. So I was putting my music on my old YouTube channel, my SoundClouds, and I was in a group, but it just didn't work out. So I just wanted to start completely fresh. And I've always wanted to do the gaming stuff, but I just couldn't find a way to do it. But the PlayStation 4, is looking out for a lot of creators. It's really cool. Yeah. It's really damn cool. I did not know about that. So you can like stream right off it, record, cut, edit, everything on there. And I have my laptop for like the music part. But I over it's probably been less than a year I started my channel, so I just decided to put everything in one because I didn't really want to have two separate channels because I'm lack of responsibility. Too much. I totally too much sometimes.
I totally agree with you because my channel is very much the same thing. It's like a variety of things, but I do not want to separate every single thing that I like to do or like some things that I'm interested in and make a separate channel on it. So I just want to make it like be a channel about me basically. And if you guys are interested, then come follow along and subscribe. Subscribe. So I totally agree with you, RJ, when it comes to just making everything just one channel and just music, video games, let's play, whatever you're thinking about putting up in there. So
and there is a little niche group for that, and that's I'm trying to hit you either like my music or you like my game content or you like both, which is really fucking dope. So
So no, but that's the cool thing. Like I said, like I mentioned to you, RJ, like when you stand out from like a lot of the the channels that are out there that are doing basically let's plays that you add like music to yours, just created music that you start from scratch, and that's pretty cool. Like the rapping that you do, and then you add that into like a highlights of the last one I saw was Smash Bros.
I'm a shameless plug, bro. I just like to plug my shit.
Dude, no. This podcast basically, and I'm interviewing you guys and everybody that came on the show before. Like I literally made this just so you guys can plug your stuff, and people get to know you out there because it definitely YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. It's hard to get noticed out there, and you have to you actually have to put in work just to get yourself noticed, and maybe the right set of eyes to see you, and hey, this popular content creators hey, I met this guy like the HomieRJay, he's pretty good, you should check him out, and then word of mouth comes from there. So
exactly.
No, I totally agree. You just got to put in the work. So Luca, how about you? How did content creating start for you when it comes to your channel?
Well, it started because I was actually part of a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle group.
Okay.
And a lot of these guys had a lot of trouble with the certain bosses that came out. And this is years ago because Dokkan Battle is almost 4 years old. This is years ago, back when Super Saiyan 3 Goku was the king. And this is old school. Yeah. And these guys were having trouble with certain bosses, so I just kind of made some videos okay, this is how you beat this boss, this and that. And then it just kind of continued on from there. And then I added Brave Exvius into it, and then of course, because I'm a Suikoden fanboy,
I started
making content on that, especially because there's a lot of people, even though people have played Suikoden for years, there's a lot of behind the scene things that people don't know. And I like to add that in.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, like me and you, Luca, we did a special podcast about like Suikoden in itself. And like, I think we're continuing the talks of like maybe trying to start like an ongoing podcast on that. So like, yeah, I think I agree with you. Like, there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to not only that game franchise, but like the fan base behind it is such a, like a cult following when it comes to Suikoden. Like people want like new Suikoden stuff, but you know, with the thing with Konami and all that, like you know, it may not be looking likely that we're seeing new Suikoden like content, but it kind of lives on through the rest of the content creators that are focusing on that game in particular, that game series in particular, and just making, maybe making nuances, maybe doing a let's play, maybe did you know facts, stuff like that. Like that's what I think, like when it comes to like making content for all of us, like if it's a game franchise that is pretty much dead in the water, you kind of have to like whatever is given to you with whatever they released, you got to keep making content. And so maybe the developers or the publishers wanted like, hey, maybe these guys, this Suikoden franchise, maybe they want to have like a revival of some sort. Like, because I mean, the last thing that they did was like revamp their web portal website, didn't they?
That was recently.
Yeah,
they redid their website just out of nowhere. They didn't announce anything. They just all of a sudden they just started redoing some stuff. Even their Facebook
it had a fan base for it.
Yeah, it has a kind of a rabid fan base because people want to, because this game that like say I'm covering and that Luca is covering, this game kind of like is stopped in its tracks when it comes to the story progression. Like it was supposed to hit like a conclusion, but
they stopped. They stopped at the height of the story, and I can't believe they did that.
Yeah, so
that's
like
disrespectful.
Yeah, no, it is. It
like
is
this to put this in perspective for like Dragon Ball fans. This would be like if Goku attained Super Saiyan and they just stopped.
Yeah.
Or Oob at least, Yeah, he's still out there. He's somewhere.
If
that was it.
If you remember when you were watching Dragon Ball episodes, like on your kids' TV, channel, like I think it was like WB for me in the West Coast. Yeah. They kept playing like the Saiyan saga, and then like the start of the Namek saga, and then they go started all over again to the Raditz. Like, come on, like I see this guy named looks like his name is Trunks, and he's going Super Saiyan. Like, why is Goku's yellow hair going yellow? Like. They don't
back to Raditz.
Move forward, and they go back to Raditz. Like, come on, dude, that's just disrespectful. Yeah, exactly. So, like,
I remember that. Have you ever seen Inuyasha?
Yeah, I did not watch it personally, but like I knew
I watched the entire series start to finish.
It was so bad when I used to watch it on Toonami. I hated it. Not until I got older. I seen it like completely sat down. I remember like, okay, Inuyasha just beat up his damn brother, and next you're going back to the beginning. I'm just like,
I've actually never seen it in English.
Yeah,
I've
only
seen the
I
Japanese.
hate when they do that.
Oh yeah, I see. I've only seen that one in English.
Okay, yeah, I hate when they do that. I hate when they just it's getting good and then they go back to the beginning. Like, come on, man. Like,
disrespectful.
It is, but yeah.
Oh, and speaking about like having fan bases for stuff, that's why honestly I play older games, like even like a couple years, like I played Heavy Rain, I played Beyond Two Souls because I haven't played them, and I bet you there's like a whole bunch of other people that haven't played them. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure developers and people like that see it. They're like, oh, people still do like these games, and it gives them more of a either get an HD remake or a brand new game at that. So that's why I like the older games because there's so many that people haven't heard of.
Yeah,
like that Gravity Rush, a lot of people haven't heard of it. And
it was under the radar. Yeah, it looks like fun. Like just like I mentioned, like I commented on your video, like it's literally like the characters like ragdolling just to make just to do damage and like
different mechanics. It's really crazy. It's different.
Yeah. So like games like that can fall under the radar. Maybe people don't know about it. And like you just said, RJ. There's a lot of games that are out there at this point, you could just find something that came out back in the day, like people may not know about, like, and that's why we do the games that we do, is just you're covering different stuff, and not just covering like what games are out there right now, like you know Resident Evil 2 remake and then Kingdom Hearts 3, because everybody's doing the popular game now. Jump Force is about to come out too. So like it's not bad to just go back to like an old game that people may not know about, or maybe a predecessor game, just to get ready to play the popular game when you're ready to do it. So like it's I mean, that I've seen that as a trend as content creators do, is like say like, you know, people getting ready for Mortal Kombat 11. So they'll play
Mortal Kombat X.
Mortal Kombat. They'll probably play all the way to the beginning. Yeah, they'll probably play from to the beginning, or they'll start the reboot story starting point. And then play 10 and go to go. So like when you do stuff like that, whether it's like, you know, playing the games for the story to get caught up, or maybe do some like online matches where like rage quit, you know, is the focus of your you know the video, or it just making specialized videos when it comes to catching up to the series that's about to release a new game. So like that's that's cool stuff like that. You know,
and that's like why I'm doing The Walking Dead 2 from the beginning, because I never got a chance to play it.
Right. Yeah.
But it like builds up to like basically where, you know, where it ends, you know.
Yeah, where it's gonna end.
I'm pretty sure by the time I finish, you know, The Walking Dead, the new one would probably be finished by then. So it'd probably be perfect timing around that time, you know.
Yeah, and then you have to make the decision if, you know, if you want to play part by part, or wait till everything is released and then, you know, go through the whole. So like you have decisions to make there. But yeah, like it's a lot of like juggling when it comes to making content like this, and especially because video games is like really saturated. You have to find your like your footing into what you want to do. That's gonna be different compared to like what everybody else is doing. So like with Luca, you are focusing on like the mobile games like Dokkan Battle and Brave Exvius, which I played a little bit, but like I didn't get to make a video on. But like you're making a foothold though. And Dokkan is like substantial too, because like I used to play that, and then I moved on to Legends. But like you, Luca, doing Dokkan Battle and still going at it, which is great, because you know it gets me nostalgic. Like, oh man, I kind of want to go back to the game, and you know, and you know, play a little bit more. But like, what made you? I mean, I think you explained it, but like, what made you like focus on those two games in particular, Dokkan Battle and Brave Exvius?
Well, Dokkan Battle, basically, it was just continuing on from where I left off, helping people out with it.
Okay.
Brave Exvius is more of a passion because of how complicated the game actually is. It's not your generic mobile game. It brings you back to the old JRPG style. So I definitely enjoy it that way, and you're constantly getting new characters from the old Final Fantasy games. Like even other games like Star Ocean, they just added some characters into Brave Exvius. So I like covering stuff like that because it's not like super popular, but at the same point, everyone knows kind of what it is. And
and
it's more fun. My Hero Academia in one of their advertisements.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do that in like
was it that game?
Brave Frontier. I think they have Brave Frontier. They put Academia characters.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's so dope though. It's because, you know, a lot of anime is really strict about lending out their characters, so it's cool seeing stuff like that happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of legality going on. A lot of people call for Chrono Trigger to release their characters to Brave Exvius, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
You just see how crazy the Smash community is. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but Akira Toriyama, writer of Dragon Ball, actually did the characters of Chrono Trigger. He did all their designs. So really, I think he'd be the easiest one to talk to as a whole group. If you could ever get a hold of him.
Yeah, that'd be cool though to have them in
his house,
Dokkan Battle and also in Smash too. Like that would be awesome. Pretty, or at least like what do they call them? The summons, or like the helpers. What do they call them in Smash?
Assist trophies.
I'm trying to think. Not Echo Fighters, because that's like a palette swap. But like anyways, but yeah, it's like, you know, that'd be pretty cool just to see the Chrono Trigger characters.
I'm still waiting for Goku to be in there. I know it's not gonna happen, but I'm afraid.
Goku won't be in there. The reason why Chrono Trigger would be added into it is actually supposed to be a Final Fantasy. It was supposed to be a Final Fantasy, and then they went their own separate way, and then created Chrono Trigger, and then eventually Chrono Cross. So they have more in common with Final Fantasy than Dragon Ball. I mean, Dragon Ball doesn't use like magic or any type of thing like that.
It's just they're just artwork in that sense, right? Yeah. So Luca, like when it comes to those two games and Suikoden, are you thinking about covering, or not covering, but like checking out different games beyond those three?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I have quite a few stacked up and ready to go. I'm ready to do Legend of Dragoon. That's definitely one that I'm looking to do. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go through most of the Final Fantasy series because it actually surprised me. A lot of the newer generations haven't played Final Fantasy 1 through 10.
That's true.
Like if you have found someone that has, it's either the two most popular ones, 7 and 10, they haven't, seen 6, they haven't seen 8, they haven't seen these other games that are just as good story-wise. So maybe I'll go through them too.
That's cool. And that goes back to just looking back at the older games. Then like they don't have to be like, again, popular games, but games that people would be interested in checking out. Because when it comes to like polls that are out there, they say like, what's the most popular Final Fantasy? What do you like? And then a lot of the people like will say 7, they'll say 10, but then like some people you hear like 6 is my favorite. Like 6 is my favorite personally, and then like people say 4. They'll put out.
Well, that's why Brave Exvius is so good for the video game series, because I actually seen people when Bartz was released from Final Fantasy V on JP, people didn't know who he was. They were like, "Who is this guy?" I'm like, "Really?" They didn't know what Exdeath was. They didn't know. They dropped all sorts of characters. Galuf, they didn't understand who it was, and I was like, "Okay, now you guys got to check out Final Fantasy V." Luckily, there's re-releases like for the mobile version. It's nice and cleaned up, and it's fun to play. So it kind of brings back the series. That's why I like Brave Exvius so much.
That's cool. Yeah, and I do like those type of games. They would be considered. That's considered gacha, right? Gacha RPG?
Brave Exvius is for sure. Yeah.
So like Brave Exvius, like Dokkan Battle 2, you would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Dokkan Battle, like Dragon Ball Legends. Yeah, whenever you're getting a bunch of characters and then you're putting them in a team, that's pretty much called a gacha RPG. And then
basically, if you have to summon and spend money, then they got you.
Exactly. Exactly. But but with you, RJ, when you like you were saying, picking particular games, because you like, how many games are you going through right now as you're going through your channel? You're going through a lot.
It's always like a mix. I right now, like as a consistent, I'm doing Gravity Rush, Walking Dead, and it's a switch between White Day and Oxenfree.
Okay.
So it's always a mix. And like Thursdays, I usually put my music out. Weekend, I either stream or do a random video game or something like that. So I'm always trying to mix it up, just throwing stuff out there.
Yeah. You gotta mix it up. Like, Mondays your Walking Dead video, Tuesdays like your Gravity Rush sort of thing. But like, why did you pick? I'm curious about like, why did you pick like 4 or 5 games as you're going through LPs right now?
I get bored easily.
You get bored, okay.
and a lot of channels actually that I do watch are like, besides like commentary channels and stuff, like gaming channels I watch, their variety, everything they play is different, or they have a game and they play at least once a week, like a story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of like that idea, so I was like, okay, I can do that and throw like my music live streams in the mix in the middle and go from there.
That's cool. That's crazy. I mean, like the number of games that you're covering, I feel intimidated. But like I'm sort of jumping into that deep, like in that rabbit hole, because I got like new toys to play around with. So like now I'm checking out.
It's just my boredom. I can't play one game for too long. Like I feel like my PlayStation, because like recently PlayStation just like released like these year wrap ups for people. And you know how sometimes like Steam shows you like, oh, you played this long on this game, and PlayStation just did that, and I felt like a motherfucking slut. I played 95 different games last year.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's nuts.
And mad hours. It was crazy. I don't know. I just like video games, but then again, I get bored really easily.
Yeah. No, you do it. I totally understand that. Like like right now, let's see, I'm covering Karate Master 2, Dragon Ball. Yeah, because I love the sprite work.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Online is the MMO, and then like Suikoden, as I was talking to Luca about, like my plan is to cover all the Suikoden games.
Oh, did you hear about?
I did one before, but I want to do it again.
Sorry, the RPG for Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's supposed to be announced today as we're recording this. It's on like Saturday, like Sunday at 4 p.m. They're supposed to announce
fighters.
Oh yeah, and then Jiren and Dragon Ball Fighters as well. Like, because they're doing a tournament stream right now, and then once they get to the finals, like, oh yeah, this is what we're coming out with. But yeah, that's cool. That's crazy. That you have such a heavy play, like a big plate. But then I'm getting into that realm as well, because like I started out with mobile games, right? And I'm not gonna let that go, because that's what like my foundation is built upon on my channel. But yeah, my base. So like, but like I have all these new toys, like and then I want to just play around, like, oh hey, let me try to play the games that I actually have never played, but I want to get into and showcase to everybody, so say the idea of Dragon Ball Online was because Dragon Ball Super Broly came out. So like, hey, tag the videos putting Dragon Ball Super Broly, and then maybe those videos can get traction in that sense. And then like with Luca, you put Dokkan Battle, you put Dragon Ball Super Broly, and then same sort of thing is just getting that traction, because something on another like on Twitter and all that stuff, like social media. So like that, like stuff like that you have to think about is
and that's why recently I did that too on my Xenoverse videos, because I did that. There's original Broly and then there's Super Broly.
Yeah.
So I had to try to plug it like that.
No,
too.
you got it. Any way to get the people that watch the videos to get them watching. So like, yeah, that's the plan. That's the idea as we're doing this. But like, question to you guys. So like, so when this year started, hang on, okay. So when this year started, like, what did it look like in the beginning? Like right in the beginning, was it just like say RJ was just the music, or for Luca it was just Dokkan Battle, or it was like, were you trying to figure things out as you were making your channels? Go ahead.
Honestly, just like I think I was just so heavy in the music. I honestly didn't really like posting to SoundCloud anymore, just because a lot of people, they know about SoundCloud, but then again, a lot of people don't. So I was like, okay, in YouTube, you don't gotta have an account. You can have an account, so it's a lot more accessible. And then I just started putting more music, and then I just decided to do gaming because I like gaming, and I seen there's like a lot of people like it too. I kind of like wanted to meet more people than kind of trying to get popular and stuff like that, because I like gaming with people. I just like gaming with other people, meeting new people, especially for stuff that I do, either music or gaming. So that's more of why I did it, just because I just want to expand, talk to people.
For sure.
Like now I know people from like New Zealand, from South Africa, from fucking everywhere, and it's cool as hell. And
you're collaborating with them, and they're making like I saw some artwork that was done for you, and like, that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was so dope. I low key felt like a little kid. Like when stuff like that happens, I never could imagine, because it's just like, oh, I'm just doing this for fun, and then people go out of their way to do stuff like that. A couple weeks ago, somebody did a reaction video to one of my songs.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
Like stuff like that, it just warms my heart, because I didn't expect none of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you started last year?
Probably around June of last year, maybe a couple, like a month or two before that.
Wow, and that's pretty heavy traction that you're able to get from June of last year.
Oh yeah, like I think it's more just because I almost post like almost every day, something like that. So I always have something to put out. I just I kind of see it like or something.
That's good.
I honestly don't watch TV or stuff like that. I just watch YouTube. So I have a whole bunch of subscriptions of like, oh, I want to watch some horror, or I want some comedy, or some gaming, or stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's basically how it is.
Yeah.
But
no, I totally agree with you. Like I barely watch TV as it is now. And like a lot of my watching is on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. So and then like Luca, for you, like did it just start out with Dokkan Battle, or did it like did it start from like a different game that you may not be covering now?
This year is what you were saying?
When you first started your channel.
When I first started, it was just Dokkan Battle.
When you first started your channel.
It wasn't meant to be anything. I was just putting the videos out there because guys in a Facebook group needed help.
Okay.
I didn't seriously start doing it until about 6 months ago, and that's when I started to cover a lot more Brave Exvius, and I knew going forward Brave Exvius would be the main thing that I do because there's a million Dokkan Battle YouTubers out there, and Dokkan, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, it gets a little stale because how many times can you fight a new Super Boo? How many times can you fight, a new version of Goku? Like where Brave Exvius literally has 15 different Final Fantasy games to pick from.
Oh yeah, you got a mythology of like Final Fantasy. Like you can fight you can fight like Kefka in one end, and then you can fight like whatever the three like the gods in the end of like Final Fantasy 6, and you have there's like a whole.
That's right.
Not only can go wherever with
Brave Exvius is not afraid. Brave Exvius is not afraid to write its own story, which it's doing. Dokkan Battle. I mean, we haven't had new story from Dokkan Battle in like a year. They're just pumping out new characters that are reanimated to make some money. So Brave Exvius makes their own characters and makes their own story, so it makes more interesting gaming events to me when the fact that they are not afraid to do their own thing.
That's true. I forgot that. Yeah, I forgot that the two main characters are like OCs, they're original characters just for that game. And then what are your Luca? What are your plans? Okay, well, so what are your plans for 2019 as you continue to make content? What is something that you can like spill the beans on that you are willing you're going to be doing for 2019?
Well, 2019 is definitely going to be continued on with Brave Exvius. A lot of character reviews are coming up. I've actually got Jekt and Oron coming to global. Brave Exvius is coming. I'm dropping that now. They're actually dropping on February 1st. I kind of leaked that a little bit.
Cool.
And then on top of that, I'm going to continue on with the playthroughs of Suikoden. And then I'm also going to release a little background information on Suikoden and do some videos like that. If you're interested in doing a joint one with that, actually. We could have some fun with that.
Down. Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. We'll definitely talk after the show and just get something going with that. Because I'm playing through the game and I'm deep diving into the wiki now. Thanks to you, Luca.
You missed that prosperity rune.
I did. I was so mad at myself for missing prosperity rune.
I was like,
I knew I was like, because when I was grinding, I was like, okay, I know there's a rune somewhere, and I forgot when the window was, and then you told me, I'm like, man.
I was watching the video, and I was just like, all right, he's gonna do it now. Okay, maybe he's gonna do it now.
I didn't do it.
He's gonna do it now. And then you just completely skipped past it and went to the dinner, and I was like, oh man,
he's not a real fan. But okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to hear, Luca. I'm really excited to hear what's coming out for your channel. And then how about you, RJ? What do you think? What can you spill about what 2019 is going to look like for the channel?
Well, I'm looking into getting a camera for my my gameplays, also a capture card, so I'm able to record a lot more different types of games.
Okay,
so that's probably more the biggest parts. Other than that, whatever I find interesting or fun, just expected it to be there.
Cool. Yeah. And along with your music, that
oh yeah, most definitely.
That's what I look forward to.
That I honestly just want to get better at that. So that's probably another big thing, because I know, I can edit, but not edit. So I'm, slowly but surely, like I like editing. When it comes to that, it takes years and years. Like Jesus, like there's times like, oh, this thing sounds amazing. I hear it somewhere else, sounds like ass.
Yeah.
So it's always a mix between.
Oh yeah, you're never gonna.
Yeah, I'm just never happy.
Please, move on. Like we'll go on to the yeah. That's the struggle of the creator, right? But
yeah, I'm super picky. Even when I'm super picky, I'm still not happy.
Yeah, exactly. So as we're talking about struggles, like what are the struggles that you guys come across when it comes to like making your stuff, making your content? Like RJ, what are the current struggles that you deal with when it comes to making your stuff? Maybe whether it's putting it out there or just interactions that you may get. They're like, oh, what's going on? Why are they not? Whatever. But like, what are the struggles that you feel like you deal with?
When it comes to that, I don't really mind it. If people watch, they watch. Mine is more, kick myself in the ass, be more responsible because my upload schedule is all over the place. Like I upload every day, but one day I upload, at 8 a.m. The next day I order or do it at 10 at night. So it's always a mix. Like right now, but I'm more trying to figure out, okay, what's a good time to put stuff out, stuff like that. So I'm just throwing shit all over the wall.
Yeah.
So I think more focused on uploading maybe at a certain schedule or at a certain time, from this time to this time, stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like from what I hear and what I understand regards to uploading scheduling, like there's one side of the coin. It's like, yeah, that's cool that you have a video like every day at like say 3 p.m. and there's and it's out there. Then I hear the opposite side of the coin is like, if you don't have an upload schedule, then people are like, but you stopped. People are expecting you to have that video up by that time, by that day or time. But when you don't, they're kind of like anticipating, like, okay, when is RJ going to throw out a video? Like, I'm kind of chomping at the bit, and then so like you kind of hear both sides of that, and it's very much like it's what you think is best for your channel, what's best for you. Like if you think like making
as long as I get a video out, that's my main goal. Like as long as it's out, like if I get it right there at 11:59 p.m. I got a damn video out.
yeah, exactly. There you go. So like, okay, any other struggles that you may come across, or is just like trying to get down upload schedule like consistency?
More it's like the consistency part is me like, I gotta do this, but once I do it, I feel I'm in it, you know what I mean? I want to be more
you get it done. Yeah, that's good. How about you, Luca? Like, what sort of struggles that you're dealing with as of right now?
Definitely time constraints. I work like 60 hours a week, so it's a little rough. Also, you got to find time to make time with family and make time, for the gym, and then you're also
priorities.
You're trying to make this content, and then also you got to edit that content.
Oh yeah,
it gets a little rough. So with me, I'm kind of sporadic. There'll be times where I'll put out one video a week, and then there's times I'll put 18, 20 videos in a week. It all depends on like what I'm doing. Like I remember I did the Super Battle Roads on Dokkan Battle. I did them all in a day.
Wow. Okay.
I did every single hardest stage on Dokkan Battle in a day and just released them, and just next thing you know, I wasn't doing anything for 2 weeks.
Like when you do it like a deep dive like that, you definitely do like in a self accomplishment way. Like you kind of deserve a break, but at the same time, like you feel like you have to keep pumping out something just to make sure. You're
especially
just
with
there,
such I'm such a small YouTuber that I kind of have to pump it out, or else I'm not really gonna get noticed. So it becomes challenging.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh man. All right, cool. And okay, so as we're kind of winding down, like what are like some of the experiences that you come across or experiences that you learn when it comes to making content for your channels, like either like interacting with other channels or communities, or just like what did you learn so far in this like creation process, RJ?
It honestly taught me to be like, because I'm more of a shy homebody type of person.
Oh yeah,
I might seem like out there, which I kind of am once I get to be familiar with my situation and stuff like that. But that's what's really taught me to be more outgoing, more like out. You know, that's one thing I kind of back to the struggles thing is my live streaming. Like I get sort of kind of nervous sometimes. Kind of like, okay, I gotta talk to this person, then gameplay, talk, gameplay. So I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to be funny and trying to talk to people at the same time. So and the trying to be funny part kind of falls sometimes, but
it's all right, man.
It happens. Like people, that's what people don't get.
Yeah,
YouTube is hard. You gotta try to be funny all the time.
Exactly.
And sometimes it don't work out like that.
Right.
They fall. Like they're gonna fall.
Yeah. Like compared to like people that like say you may be subscribed that are like partnering up, like that's much more easier to have a conversation and be funny. But like when you're trying to be funny by yourself, like like dude, like you're trying to think of things to say, and then you're like you would have to interact with like the viewer, and then maybe the viewer may be put off. Like dude, no, there's a lot of things you got to go. Oh, and then like think about sound levels, because you know the game might be too loud and you might be muffled out, or you know
and then you're trying to ask your fucking audience.
Like how's the sound levels, and totally. I totally get that, man. I totally get that. How about you, Luca? What have experiences that you came to come across like as you're continuing to make content?
Well, first, I think RJ could get 1 million views just off his collection behind him there. That's actually pretty nice. Real sweet. I've been staring at that Master Roshi the whole time. It's just awesome.
He's one of the new
you know, we got Frieza there. Frieza's my all-time favorite Dragon Ball character, so props to that. Look at that.
Up there.
Look at that.
There he is. You guys want to make a wish? Go ahead. There he is.
Right on. Sorry, now I forgot the question. I was distracted.
No, like just okay. No, because I've been watching RJ's like collection right there because he's wearing the hat. He has a bunch of hats back there, and then
I'm wearing the shirt.
Dude, man, like you are. Yeah, man, dude. Well, anyways, the question was, what are the experiences that you come across as you continue to make your content? Like just like some things that you learned either about yourself or like when it comes to making the content that you are making, or just like stuff that people are engaging with, like just anything that you come across as you're making stuff.
I've recently learned that actually the review videos seem to get a lot more attention to them when you're looking at a character. I recently did a review of Shadow and Kefka coming to the JP side of Brave Exvius, and that did a lot better than just the gameplay videos. One thing that I have noticed throughout YouTube, though, is the fan bases are very touch and go. You can find some really good ones, but there's a lot of terrible parts of the fan base.
Yeah,
and that's what really sucks about Brave Exvius is such a fun game, and you want to get people into it. That way it does well. But at the same point, it might be one of the most toxic fan groups I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, that's the both sides of the coin.
Well, because it's a complicated game.
Toxic. Cool. That's awesome. You guys, go ahead.
Because it's a complicated game, people that have mastered that complicated game feel they're superior in some way. So
have their nose in the air like their shit don't stink.
Yeah, it's exactly it. So I kind of urge our community to kind of embrace newer players. That way the game can evolve. Because if we don't get newer players, then the game won't go anywhere. And
it won't keep going. Yeah, exactly.
It'll be another Suikoden.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, I mean that's the mentality when it comes to like fighting games. That you have to welcome them. There are the elitists, but like you got to be welcoming and make sure that you're teaching these guys, the right way so they can learn themselves and then come to conclusion as well. But
and that's,
cool guys.
The thing with like about the Smash community, like it's really like that. Like I just recently got entered into Smash because of Ultimate. I literally bought a damn Switch for Ultimate. Like and I've just recently just seen the community. It's really, really good. There's a lot of people willing to help, but there are just those disgusting people just like, bro, why? It's either they don't like a character, they don't like this. It's like people
I told you
whine for the most stupidest things. It's ridiculous. It's just like my mama told me shut up. Just
you kind of find that in all the fan bases around. Like for one example, I was noticing that Sephiroth, when I was equipping him, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's left-handed. I'm gonna have this little fun with this, and I put his sword in his left hand, and then posted a picture, being like, only true fans will know.
Yeah,
and all I got was a bunch of hate. It was just like, true fans would only know that he's a mama's boy, this and that. And I'm like, no, true fans know he's left-handed. Relax. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Well, like, hey, you got engagement, which that's the name of the game.
Man, I think if there was a fuck you button, I would have been hit like 30,000 times.
Oh yeah, especially in fighters. I play, Gohan, adult Gohan. Oh, you're a square master, bro. Bro, meet me. Let's get it. I'll square master you to death, bro.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, so awesome stuff to hear from these two guys. Like, you guys should definitely check out their channels and their content. They do amazing stuff. Like, I watch their stuff as much as I can, and then they're doing quality stuff. So RJ, where can people find you when it comes to looking for your channel and anything else that you want to plug?
YouTube, TheHomieRJay, and it's RJay, not just RJ.
Okay.
I just recently made a damn Twitter out of fucking
finally I've been trying to tag you and things, though. Like, I keep forgetting he doesn't have a Twitter. Damn it.
It's just because, like I said, it's just another thing I have to take care of besides these. I have an Instagram too, and I rarely use it. But anything you can find me, TheHomieRJay, _ I'm pretty sure if you type in TheHomieRJay, it'll pop up, right?
Okay.
So anything, social media, TheHomieRJay. If you want to hit me up on PlayStation Network, TheHomieRJay, Nintendo Switch, TheHomieRJay, or there's friend codes on that, so never mind.
Take HomieRJay, all everywhere. Cool.
Yeah, all over the damn place.
How about you, Luca? Where can people find you?
Well, I'm a bit of a ghost, so maybe not at all. I am named after the greatest villain of all time, so it's a little bit difficult to find me sometimes.
Epic dark music plays in the background, honestly.
The Chase, that's Luca's theme song. It's called The Chase. Look it up. It's a great song. Anyway,
it is.
It's much easier to find me on Twitter, so you tag me in everything, so it's easy to find me there. So really, come on YouTube, look at Luca Blight. If you put in Luca Blight Brave Exvius or something, you're more likely for me to pop up. But other than that, you're gonna see the most epic villain of all time show up where everyone talks about his boss battle. So
and whoever wants smoke can bring it to him.
There you go. Cool. Awesome. And you can find me at Nerd in the Bay everywhere, just like the homie RJ. I'm everywhere. Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Instagram. YouTube channel, of course. Nerd in the Bay. Twitter. I have 2 Twitter accounts. Marco Polo 177 is my personal, and Nerd in the Bay is Marco Polo 177, and then is my personal. Nerd in the Bay is the channel for my Twitter. So, and then that's when I post, hey, I have a video up, check it out, sort of thing. So, and then is there anything else? I think that is about it. Oh, and then please, if you guys want to support the podcast, you guys can go ahead, but you're not obligated to do so. Keep listening and liking the videos or listening to the podcast, however you guys want to take the podcast in.
The big red button. Right there.
Yeah. Hit the subscribe and like, and you know the deal. But
comment in the comments with the comment.
Exactly.
Like with the like button.
Yeah. Exactly. So, guys, thank you very much. RJ and Luca, thank you very much for hanging out with me and just talking shop about content creating. Check out these guys, in their channels and the content that they do. It's top quality stuff. RJ is dope with his music, and he's funny as he's trying to try to be funny, and then talking about the Smash community, and then Luca Blight focusing on Dokkan Battle, Brave Exvius, and of course our love for Suikoden. So you can't go bad. You can't go bad with all three these guys. With their content. So, guys, thank you very much for watching and listening to the podcast. We'll see you guys next time for the next episode of Open Bar for Content Creators podcast, and we'll see you next time. See you next time. All right, peace, guys.
See ya.